We are Anthony and Amy. We are converting our citroen really into an off-grid camper van. You should join us on our journey and watch as we work on it over the next few months. We have absolutely no experience, so if we can convert a van, you can do it too. If you would like updates in between videos, follow us on Instagram.
So Amy's went on another driving lesson, which leaves me to fill in all the gaps with the Earthwool. I'm going to be doing around these gaps of the insulation just to bring it a bit more forward as well. I'll just get it round ways and stuff where I can. I mean, look at this. So we did spray glue this on, this insulation board, and also just driving around the roundabout there, and it just popped off. So I'm glad we've done what we have with the other things, is use the stick pins just to make sure it stays on. This one's spray glued on, so I'm going to just put stick pins on there as well, because I know that in future it might come off, especially if we're in hot climates. So I'd rather just be safe than sorry, because we wouldn't want the insulation just sitting in between panels rattling when we're driving. So yeah, I'm going to crack on with that now. I'm going to fill in all the gaps, stick pin the insulation, and then see where we are after that. So this is why I'm glad that we have realised not to use the spray glue for the insulation boards. But if you look, I've just pulled a little bit before I started recording, and it's just actually ruining the insulation boards. But yeah, I'll just put stick pins back on there. It's pulled a little bit off, but never mind. Probably put some foil tape on there just to make sure that's vapour barrier still, because that's essentially what that is, isn't it? Really, you've got insulation inside there, and that's a vapour barrier to prevent moisture from getting to this insulation. So because these insulation boards were glued on and they came off and we don't trust it, we've just put more stick pins on just to keep it onto the wall. Just one in each corner, top right, bottom left. And then what we'll do is we'll just bend that like this one. And then we can just have a square of foil tape over the top. I've solved the problem with the insulation boards. It's good that we learned this now while we're at this stage, instead of in future when we've got panels on the van and stuff like that, and then we know it's rattling behind. So yeah, if you're going to do your van, I think our opinion and what works for us is using the stick pins, because it's solid. The stick pins are really good to use. If you were putting Earthwool in the van, a little tip: the best way to cut the insulation is with a big pair of scissors, because with the Stanley knife it was just hacking at it and taking layers out. But if you use a big pair of scissors, you can cut straight lines. If you just judge how much you need and then cut straight lines, that's much better. You've just got to squeeze the insulation while you're cutting it. So yeah, hope that helps. Amy's back from a driving lesson, and I will be able to get this Earthwool insulation done twice as fast. We've got little gaps down the bottom, you can't see because of the light. Oh, it's adjusted. Got little gaps here, so we're going to just pack it around that vent and stuff it up the side. Going to have a strip there and around all the edges, and then the same for there. And the bottom we're just going to foil tape over. We've just realised for reflectix we're going to have to leave this part because we're going to have to feed a cougar ignition wire through here and up and along. So we're just going to have to leave this side. But what we're going to do is we can reflectix and foil tape this whole section, and any holes, literally any holes we see what could let moisture through, we'll add foil tape to. So we've got the Earthwool for the top, and because it's a panel and we haven't got the kingspan here, we've made sure it's the 100mm. When you're stuffing it in little gaps like this, you can't help but like squash it in. We try our best to make it like puffy, but for here we're keeping that 100mm puffiness. But we're just measuring up the reflectix now, and then we'll foil tape. And what we've decided to do is do from here to here, and then that will be separate. So then we can foil tape from here all the way across this rib, because we're going to be fixing wood to this rib, so then that can be for cupboards. So we'll be foil tape around here and we'll be able to see the shape of it, and then we'll do the same here from there to there. But we'll also do that and we'll connect these two together, making sure that it's vapour proof so no moisture can get through. So Amy's just measuring that up now. And we'll just be absolute overkill just to make sure no moisture can get through. We've even just taped up these little squares. We've also taped these because insulation's behind there. But yeah, I'll give Amy a hand with that now. So I've just completed this section of the vapour barrier, and as you can see, every little gap is covered. No moisture at all is getting within here. It's tedious, but we're leaving this bit out because we're going to put bits of wood in for a cupboard what's going here. And then what we'll do is we'll foil tape around. Actually, what we're going to do is, I've just changed my mind, we can just put a little square over here and a square over here, just so we can still see the rib to fix the wood to. And we're blocking all squares in what's going to be on the ribs. There's no point in putting reflectix over here over the metal because there's no insulation there to prevent moisture getting at, and moisture's not going to get through the metal. We'll put a little bit on here as well, so that'll all be silver.
Okay.
This bit.
That's what I'm doing now. But it's not gonna.
So this is what Amy does. Yeah, it's a bit tricky shape, that one. No pressure. Yeah, obviously it's a different shape, that one. That's with a 75mm aluminium tape, so make sure all edges are smooth. I mean, this might be overkill, but we're only putting this over there because there's insulation there and you don't want anything getting at it. I was just saying to Amy, this vapour barrier needs to be perfect so no moisture gets to the insulation and causes us problems in the future. So what have you just done?
Put foil tape all on them holes there, on the 3 here and up there, and then we've just foil taped all around the reflectix. That's a secure vapour barrier.
That's a job well done, that, actually. I'm really happy with the way that looks. Are you?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Another point to make is that we've left the insulation puffy, so it's at its 100mm depth. It looks baggy, but it's baggy for a reason. So from 100mm insulation it'll go down to like 50mm insulation, which is less effective than the way this is when it's baggy. So I'm happy with that, that's good. Good job.
this is where we are going to leave today's video, so thank you all for watching. Please hit the like button to support our channel, and if you would like to see future videos, please hit subscribe and the notification bell.